new year is here for the students at the U of R. And I guess first thing is first, what's your plan for the forthcoming year? What's on the President's agenda?
Well, Michael, it's a great year this year. 40-year anniversary of independence for the University of Regina. So lots of celebration around that. Right now I'm focused on new students and orientation and helping students move in. We are going to have record high enrollments, close to 14,000 students this year. I just met 400 international students, brand new, first time here in Regina. So we'll focus on orientation. We have a strategic plan we're trying to bring forward this fall. So lots and lots of activities happening.
So as we enter the next year, I guess let's take a minute to just kind of look back on your presidency. So how would you describe your presidency at the U of R so far?
Well, I'm entering my 7th year. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, it goes quick.
So it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, and I think every president in Canada would say that. It's you've had highs and you've had challenges. I think overall the university has done well. We've had significant enrollment increases. We have a real enhanced focus on research as a campus. We are really focused on an inclusive environment for our students. So students with disabilities, we welcome and support international students. We've spent quite a bit of time looking at indigenization of our campus. We've doubled the space for our Aboriginal Student Center and hired an Indigenous lead and advisor to the president. So when I look back, we've accomplished quite a bit. Trying to get the community to see us as one of the 2 provincial universities has been a bit of a challenge. So we've spent time traveling all over the province, talking about the University of Regina, and increased the number of students from outside Regina in Saskatchewan who come here and call this university their university. And brought in a new nursing faculty. So lots of exciting things we've done over 6 years.
Cool. And then, you said you described it as a roller coaster just now, with highs and lows. What were some of the challenges?
Well, my 2nd year on campus, we are one of our federated colleges, First Nations University, had some challenges in funding, and we had to work with them and put advocacy program to have that funding restored, and that was done. And it was done, but we had to assume the administrative oversight of First Nation University, and so we've done that for a number of years. So that was a challenge that I think we weathered well and came out okay. We brought in an academic program review. So 2 years ago we made over 200 program changes and merged or changed dramatically or closed down 24 programs. That caused a lot of anxiety on campus, and we did a lot of it for relevancy, but some for budgetary reasons. And so that caused a great unrest on campus that we had to work through, and I think we did that. This year we brought in an early retirement package for our faculty and staff to help us with budget flexibility. And so, that's a challenge to implement a program like that. So we've had lots of challenges. I think overall, though, I would say that we've managed through those challenges well.
For sure. So what's your advice to first-year students entering university as they're doing orientation today?
Oh my God, so exciting. Have you been on the campus walking around?
I have been.
And see the energy, and they're like doe in headlights, and some so excited. I was just walking across campus. I must have got stopped 20 times by students because I told them in orientation to stop me and talk to me. Well, they took that to heart, and they did that. So my advice to first-year students is you'll get out of university what you put in. So, for example, the student newspaper that you run, for students to get involved in this newspaper, to write articles, that will make their university experience so much richer. They get involved with the student union, in their clubs that belong to their faculties, their society, like the business society, or in intramurals. So my biggest advice to students is put into the university what you want to get out of it. And I think that will make a big difference.
Right on. So the last strategic plan has just recently expired, and there's a new one being implemented right now. How's the process going so far?
Well, we have a draft strat plan, and I hope that you and many other students provide input. It's going to the campus community now for consultation, and our hope is that we can take it to the board in late October, early November.
Okay.
It has to go through Senate, and there are a number of town hall meetings to get input on the draft plan. And the draft plan is reflective of the campus community.
Okay.
It's been designed and developed by a facilitation team, but they've just facilitated it. They've just taken all of the input they've received and put it in the strategic plan. So I think it's going to be an exciting plan for me to bring forward.
Absolutely. More into the details of the plan, like what do you think of it? Like, what are some of the aspects that you've noticed that you'd really like to highlight?
Well, there's 3 areas that I'm really excited about. The first is student success.
Okay.
The plan is really highlighting student success. And, looking at indigenization of our campus, looking at really paying attention to our students. And that's something very close to my heart. I want our students to be successful. That's an area I'm really pleased with. Another area is research impact. The plan is really focused on encouraging our researchers to look at the impact of their research and figure out ways to measure that. So many of our researchers work in the community. They spend a lot of their time in community-based research. And what is the actual impact of that? It may not be a published article.
Yeah.
It may be that an NGO, a non-government agency, becomes sustainable because of their work, which is wonderful. So we need to measure that. Indigenization is a theme going through the plan, the same with sustainability. And the third tenet of the plan is community. And that's an area that I put a lot of effort in, and our faculty, staff, and students spend a lot of time serving our community. And to enhance that will be exciting.
Right on. A year short a month ago, a group of faculty started a petition to have a non-confidence motion in your administration. The motion ultimately failed, and there was never a non-confidence vote. After that schism, how are things at the U of R?
I would say that, we're on high alert. We're really conscious of the stress and pressures on our faculty. And I think that council meeting was a reflection. Life of faculty members has changed. The classrooms they teach are very diverse, different than they were maybe a decade ago. The accountability and transparency requirements are much more intense now than we ever had before. So, I'm very aware of the need to support faculty and to listen to their concerns really carefully and figure out ways to value them. And so I hope over the past year that, I've kept my ear to the ground, that I've listened carefully to faculty. I've implemented a number of things that they've asked us to look at. And they're worried about budget. They're worried about the reduced funding. And they want to be more engaged and involved and to give their input. And we're looking at that and taking that.
And then, at the time, after the vote, you said last year that, quote, "I've got some work to do at the university to bring the campus together." So what have you done in the last year to bring the campus together to kind of, heal that kind of divide?
Well, I've gone out and spoken to faculty and staff in all of the department and faculty meetings. I have said to campus I have an open door policy, so anyone can come talk to me. Many faculty and staff have come and had one-on-one conversations with me. We've done town hall meetings on budgets to kind of really explain the funding formula and the budgets so that the campus has a better understanding of it. I have been very transparent in all of my travel. It's all online back to 2008, and our vice presidents have put the travel online. We have set up the committees that council asked for so that they could be more engaged and involved. So we've done many, many things from a multitude of areas, I think, to really respond to the campus concerns.
Have the